The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Did I ask you a question? Are you answering something?
I am anticipating the question you're about to ask.
Well, I don't know that I was going to ask one.
Oh.
I was going to make a comment.
Oh.
I was going to comment that we just had Heather Schooler on.
Right.
Talking about charitable giving. And so at the end of the year, you want to write a big fat check to your favorite charity. But what if you're not really in a position to write that big fat check and you just need to create some revenue?
Oh.
Maybe you need to create, have a big sales push, where you're creating enough revenue. You want to make 5K in a day?
Yep.
Okay, maybe I was going to ask a question.
I thought maybe you would. Yes, I want to make $5,000 a day.
$5,000 a day. Does that just seem insane? Does that seem absolutely impossible? Well, our friend Michelle Pippin says that there are times where we just have to hustle. Right. And we can actually, instead of lollygagging around the issue of creating revenue, she actually put together this great little formula. I read through it and I think this dog will hunt.
All right.
How you can generate 5K in one day in your business.
Let's hear it.
All right. The first thing she says, and there's 5 steps to this, just 5.
Yeah.
Number 1, know your numbers and make sure they make sense.
Okay. So it makes a difference if you're going to generate $5,000 by selling a $500 program to 10 people.
Or a $50 program to 100 people.
Right.
So you need to know what you need to do and how you intend to generate that 5K. How much of what will you need to sell?
P.S. It's not magic, folks. This is science.
Next thing she says is define your sales funnel.
Okay.
Maybe it's short. You offer a 30-minute strategy session and you sell a package at the end of that.
How about you drive your existing leads to a webinar and sell them through the series of emails?
Either way, you need to know how you intend to reach the numbers in a defined space. You need to make a list of the names of the people you're going to connect to. Pull together a segment out of your database. So you don't just have an idea. I'm not going to sell this to everybody and pitch it to everybody on my, put a post on my Facebook wall.
Right.
You're going to actually connect with, actual faces, actual names, actual people.
While you're connecting with that, you also have to understand that not 100% of those people that you are connecting with are going to purchase. So you have to have more people to connect with in order to get to the numbers that you need.
So we go back to step 1.
Know your numbers.
Right? If you are selling a $500 program to 10 people, have that list of 10 people. And you go through that first list of 10, and then you have your second list of 10. And if you know your ratios, then you'll know how many people you need to have on that first list. If you're selling it to 100 people, this is again where you're creating that webinar. You're driving them through a series of emails to attend your webinar.
The third step is your action step, folks, and I want you to buckle your spiritual seatbelts. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Plan your day.
What did you say?
I said plan your day. I know it sounds weird coming from me, doesn't it?
Just a little.
Set up your day to sell. Block off the time. Protect your time. You are a selling fool.
We say we want to do this. Oh, but first I'm going to check my email. Oh, and then I got to go get some coffee.
I have to fold my laundry.
And so we allow for other things to get in the way. I have our friend Felicia. She does a webinar every morning. She says, okay, I'm going to get off this webinar. I'm going to go do some income producing activities.
Right.
It's on her calendar. It's on her schedule. Income producing activities. If you need a day where you are selling 5K, and we've had some different specials that we have run in the past, and it takes the whole day. It takes the whole team. It takes all of your focus. You are a selling fool. Now, block off a few times, a little bit for some breaks, for some lunch. So you can get out
15 minutes.
and energize. Yeah, 15 minutes.
Don't you be blocking off no 90-minute lunch. What are you, lazy?
Yeah, this is not your massage day. This is not your self-care day. You have to stay very focused. Step number 4. She says wash and repeat.
Right.
Let's face it. This will not be the only time you'll ever need to make an extra $5,000 to close out, to shore up, maybe make some payroll.
Yeah, this isn't $5,000 every day. This is $5,000 today.
Yes.
Right. So, but it's not the only $5,000 you're ever going to need. So once you see it happen once, you might want to try it again.
Then you can replicate it, right? You can do it faster. And so how much of what you did to earn that 5K, how much of that worked?
Right.
What did it take? How much could you do the next time? What could you do differently? And how can you put this on autopilot?
Ooh, I like the autopilot.
So we're creating a system we're creating, but you've got to work it. So often we haven't created a system because we haven't even done the work yet. So put the work in, figure out how many people's interest did you pique? How many presentations did you do? How many clients did you end up with? And what did it take? And you start to put your numbers together and you'll figure out what it takes and you'll get better every time. I actually heard, we just did I went away to a conference and they talked about your sales goals and your revenue goals.
Yep.
And we all put that together and what would it take, in the year, then break that down to quarter, month, week, all of that. He says, now that's your minimum.
Okay.
Triple that to get to your maximum.
Oh.
Can you triple that number? Can you do 15K in one day? And then to get really outrageous.
Go insane.
Go ludicrous.
Wow.
Times 10.
Times 10.
Times 10. But you start to put your systems in place.
And
now,
if you think you can't,
then you're right.
Probably right.
All right. Final step in your 5K a day in your business by Michelle Pippin. She says,
gamify.
set a daily monetary challenge.
This is gamification right here. So the most important part of this is understanding that you're probably, maybe you're going to be doing well if you just generate $5,000 in a month, but maybe $5,000 a day, 5 days a week won't even come close to generating. Either way, know your numbers.
You've got to know your numbers and you've got to know your daily number. And so she says, now take this out and extrapolate it. We're putting our 2018 plan together, right?
Right.
If you want to generate a certain dollar amount and you want to take some time off for a vacation, you've got to allow for that equation for the time that you're going to take off. So you need to earn a certain number every day in order to reach your goal that allows for you to take vacations. If you hit your ludicrous number, that times 10 number in a month, take the rest of the month off, reward yourself and celebrate. But a daily challenge is something you should always have in your business because you approach your day differently as a result.
You absolutely do. Great advice for achieving your $5,000 this day, whatever that day is. And you can do that. Go back over this. You can find the archives of this broadcast at experiencepros.com/radio. Click the archives button. That's where you'll find how to go back to this conversation and say, wait a minute, I want to do that.
Maybe you want to make 5K and give it to your favorite charity.
Oh, good idea.
Make payroll. Buy inventory.
Wait, go back to payroll.
All that.
I like that idea. Gang, we will see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Thank you so much for tuning into this, the home of positive business talk. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. And you are listening to the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros.